Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Thurman Solomon Scott Selections here for Wednesday, January 10th. For again today's play of the day, quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a nice winner in college basketball with Baylor -2.5 at -110 on BetMGM. Got off to a bit of a slow start, but then dominated the second half as they eventually won the game by 9. So nice winner. Look for the winner here on Wednesday. And for today's play of the day, going to the NBA, got to look at a matchup between the Spurs and the Pistons, taking place at around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And for this game, we're going to go with a player prop. We're going to go with Victor Wembanyama. We're going to take him over 2.5 blocks at -135 on Caesars. Time recording of 1:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Covering why we're going to take the over 2.5 blocks here for Wemby. First reason, he's an elite shot blocker in the league, even as a rookie, because he's averaging 3.3 blocks per game, which is the most in the entire league. And if you want to go through the recent numbers, Wemby's been extremely consistent when it comes to going over this number. He's had at least 3 blocks in 7 of his last 8 games. He's had at least 3 blocks in each of his last 5 road games, and he's had at least 3 blocks in 14 of his last 20 games. So once again, Wemby doesn't just have outlier games with 7+ blocks. He has those too when it comes to the overall number, but he tends to have a floor of 3. So I do think 2.5 is too low, especially at a -135 price. And especially considering the fact Detroit is a very good team to rack up blocks against, because the Pistons are allowing 6.2 blocks per game, which is the 4th most in the league. Big reason for that, Detroit is not good at shooting from the outside, and they're aware of it, which is why Detroit does tend to attack the basket a lot. To go through Detroit's season-long numbers, though, 65.6% of Detroit shot attempts are from inside the three-point line, which is the highest percentage in the entire league, and 46.9% of Detroit's points are from in the paint. So you're looking, which is tied for 7th most in the league. So Detroit is once again not afraid to actually drive to the basket. They're not a great outside shooting team, and I do think they're going to challenge Wemby more often than they should, which can result in a very big block game for Wemby. But to go through the actual pace for these teams, the Spurs do rank 3rd, and the Pistons rank 7th. So you might see a track meet breakout in terms of pace and in terms of the quantity of possessions, which can result in a better probability for Wemby to go over. But simply put, you're going to give me a guy who's averaging 3.3 blocks per game, a guy that's had 3+ blocks in 7 of 8, each of the last 5 road games and 14 of the last 20, against a team that's allowing the 4th most blocks per game in the league. 3 at -135 is an insane price. I don't know why this isn't -150, -160 or so. I doubt it's going to stay at 135, so I would take the sooner rather than later, but 2.5 is too low, and I am going to go with the overs. Play that once again here for Wednesday, January 10th. It's going to be on Wembanyama over 2.5 blocks at -135 on Caesars. Bye, everyone.